Welcome everybody to the first episode of the Vloggers You Know. I have with me Prince Charming Dev.
Hello everybody.
Who just hit 13,000 subscribers. It is great to have you on the show today.
Well, thank you for having me, man. I'm looking forward to it. This is my first interview on camera, so should be fun.
Very cool. All right, let's get into it here.
Let's do it.
Tell me about Young Dev.
Young Dev. Well, let's see. Young Dev grew up on basketball. At first, Young Dev was bullied because I wasn't always as big as I am now. Most people think I'm lying, but it's really true. I didn't hit my big growth spurt until 8th, 9th grade. So imagine mostly middle school, elementary, I was a little bitty, tiny nugget, and I wasn't big, but you know, I feel like that helped me become where I am today, because my whole thing is, you know, it's nice to be nice and nobody deserves to be bullied. And I think my bad times made me who I am today, made me a stronger person. And you know, I didn't have a father growing up, so I had to learn a lot on my own as a man, just figuring things out for myself. And you know, I thank goodness I had a mom who played both parts on a mom and dad figure type role. And you know, that's what made me today. You know, without basketball, without my mom, without a few coaches in my life, I don't think I'd be who I am today.
Cool. Tell me about your parents. You spoke about your mom. I know you've spoke about your mom a lot in your own vlogs, how she was your first supporter.
Absolutely.
What was it like growing up with your mom?
Well, me and my mom has been through a lot. Me and my mom has always been best friends, has always had each other's backs. She raised me, she made me who I am, like I said, but there was a time in my life where my mom decided to get married to a stepfather. And I'm very protective over my mom, I'm very protective over my sister, my cousin. Any woman in my life I'm very protective over. So my mom is the first one who I'm really protective over. So she decided to get married. You know, it was cool in the beginning because it was like, I had a quote unquote dad in my life who he kind of helped me figure a lot out. You know, he was the first one to actually take me to a black barber shop. And that meant a lot, you know, because my whole family is white. My dad's side is black, and I'm mixed, so I'm in between. So the beginning of my life, you know, I was going to, you know, a regular barber shop, and then this guy came into my life and took me to a black barber shop and made me, you know, that figured a lot of me out, because I really like how I get my haircuts now. And if it wasn't without my stepdad at the time, I wouldn't know how to do this probably. And I didn't like that a lot, because when she was married, we argued a lot. I wasn't happy as to what she was doing. I know she wasn't happy the whole marriage, and it was really bad. And I feel like that taught me what I want when I get married one day, just because how close I was to my mom and seeing them fight. And you know, we won't get into detail, but it was bad. And after that marriage, I did a lot of growing up, because that's when I was getting into high school, middle school. Basketball came in my life. My mom was the first person at the basketball game. She was the last one to leave the basketball game. She was there at every single basketball game. I think she only missed one basketball game in my career. She was there every time. And you know, me and her are just best friends. Even to this day, when I have a good thing happen in my life or a bad thing, she's the first person I call to like tell what's going on. Today, matter of fact, I called her right when I got the phone call. I was approved for my first townhouse. I called her, like, I'm so excited. This is what adulting's like, oh my goodness. So me and her has a very close relationship. I love her from the bottom of my heart.
Cool. Growing up, what kind of circle of friends did you have?
So I kept my circle small. To this day, I still keep my circle small, but I was a nerd, believe it or not. I was a nerd in school. You know, especially elementary, middle school. I hung out with, you know, quote unquote, the nerds. There was the nerds, the jocks, you know, the skateboarders, the athletes, whatever. I was with the nerds. Yeah, I played basketball, and I feel like there was two sides of me, because, you know, Dev wanted to be with these nerds, and because this is what made me happy, but I would be forced to hang out with the jocks and the athletes. So again, you know, there's two different sides, but I always fit in more with the nerds because I'm a nerd. I like video games. I like doing homework and talk about, you know, Pokemon and, you know, all this. And even to this day, you know, the nerds are what are running the world right now. The nerds are what is CEOs to these jobs, who are making these new ideas. And all the jocks who I grew up with, you know, they're pregnant and have babies and, you know, in and out of marriages. And, you know, it's okay to be a nerd. So that's who my circle was with these guys who taught me a lot, who made me happy, who made me feel like it's okay to be you. You know, it's okay to be, but we all got bullied at the same time. You know, there was one time I got off the bus with my friends and we got jumps and, you know, I wasn't able to protect myself or them, but that made me want to get in the gym, lift weights, and, you know, and then thank goodness I hit my growth spurt. So, you know, I think that's a good example of who I hung out with, still do.
So speaking of being a nerd,
yep,
because something I want to do on this channel, more or less, what level of nerd are you?
I think I'm in between, you know, some things more than less.
Okay.
Like video games. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to video games.
Okay. That's your specific nerddom.
I think so.
Okay.
Like I feel like Disney is its own type of nerd. Like you have to be a Disney nerd to understand Disney. So I think that's more or less.
Okay. You mentioned being bullied in school.
Yep.
You've also mentioned in your vlogs depression, anxiety.
Absolutely.
How has that affected your life?
I think it's affected my life huge. I didn't know I had anxiety until my first years of college. College stressed a lot of people out, but me, because I like to have my homework done as soon as I can. And then the fact that in college, you just have multiple assignments at once and you have to get them done. And if you don't get them done, most of the time you just get a 0, because a lot of college professors don't give you a window. You know, some of them do, but my college, I went to a private college up in Kansas, and you know, it had to be perfect, you know, and I didn't like that, so that stressed me out. And then I would start getting feelings of just weakness and freaking out, and me starting to shake, and that's when I knew there was something wrong with me, but I didn't know what was wrong with me. You know, many conversations with my mom and friends, and you know, I figured out I had anxiety, and you know, I had to get some medicine for it to chill me out, because basketball practice, assignments, just trying to have personal time, I would have anxiety like no other. I was stressed out multiple days, and that's when I figured out I had anxiety. And then I come here and I start this whole YouTube thing and working for Disney, and I would have things stacked up on me 7 days a week, 365 a day. And this summer, this year has been not the best year, but this summer was a horrible, horrible summer for me. And that's when I really fell into the depression phase of my life. You know, the thing happened with me in Disney, you know, that's a whole separate thing we'll get into. I felt alone. I felt like my girlfriend broke up with me, and, you know, I was missing home. I didn't know what to do with my life. There was things with YouTube I wasn't happy with, and I fell into a really dark place, and I had suicidal thoughts, and I had a lot of thoughts that I was not happy with. But, you know, I had other YouTube creators, I had friends, I had family, and, you know, Andrew was there, and Haley came into my life at the right time that pulled me out of this dark place. And, you know, I feel like you truly have to go to the bottom of the rock before you get to your happiness. And the summer was the bottom of my rock, and now I wake up happy every day. You know, life's not perfect by means, but I am truly happy when I wake up, and now I know how to deal with anxiety and depression.
It's good.
Yeah.
Excellent. What is the Disney College program? Mm-hmm. And what made you want to join that and come to Florida?
Yeah, that's a trick question. So the Disney College program is something I highly recommend to everybody, especially these young people, college, high school. And I started the whole YouTube thing with Disney College program, and it was my college experience, because I truly didn't have a college experience because, you know, basketball practice and other things, but you know, you're living in the dorms, quote unquote. You get to work at Disney World. I mean, that itself is truly a blessing. Get to move from wherever you are around the world, move here to Orlando, Florida, and work for Disney with different roles. And you meet people from all over the world, and my good friends have been from Mexico, from Italy, all over the world, and I still talk to them to this day. And you meet people who love the exact same things that you love, which is Disney. You know, we go back to these Disney nerds. You know, you get on the same page as everybody, and it's truly awesome. You know, get off work, go to the park, go to these events, talk Disney, have this sleepover, this parties where you just come and watch Disney movies and then talk Disney. It's truly unbelievable, and I think everybody should come do the Disney College program. And I actually got it tattooed on me. I think not a lot of people know this about me, but I got the Goofy hat for, you know, I was good friends with Goofy, but also PCD, which is Prince Charming Dev, but backwards, it's Disney College program. And
I don't know how I never thought of that.
Yeah. Truly the best thing that's ever happened in my life is the Disney College program.
Very cool. What was your experience working with Disney?
Right. Absolutely amazing. I feel like I had the best job in the world, especially me. I was a character performer in entertainment. So, you know, I got to, you know, be friends with a lot of people, hug all these nuggets, meet families, and truly put these smiles on these guests. Absolutely unbelievable. Now, the downside, I can say this because I don't work for Disney. I was not treated as good as I should be. You know,
right.
I feel like at Disney, you're truly just a number. And, you know, I couldn't do a lot of things with the YouTube thing or just me going into the parks. I feel like I had to always watch my back and look over my shoulder because, you know, you couldn't say things, or you had to act a certain way, which you should be for any company, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it was 10 times more because I worked for Disney and I would always be at Disney. And I think, you know, I don't regret anything. I'm so happy it happened. I still love Disney, and, you know, I may go back to work for Disney one day, and, you know, I hope I do because I truly love the company Disney. I don't agree with some of the things they do, but, you know, I think that's every human. You can agree to disagree, and you know, I love Disney. I don't take anything back. I absolutely had a ball working for Disney, but there's other things in life that, you know, are calling my name right now.
Now, you worked for Disney. Now you work for Universal.
I do.
Which is where I work.
Yep, we work for Universal.
So, comparison. I know you only worked there a short period of time.
This is actually this is a great question. I've been thinking about making a video on this one day, but I can't. But we'll do this for you. Wow, comparison. There's a huge difference. Now, before I get into the huge difference, obviously Disney is the place to be. Everybody loves Disney. But Universal is stepping up their game. I mean, there are two completely different parks. You get a whole different experience going to Universal and going to Disney. Universal more for adults, Disney more for kids. But working for Universal now, I feel like I'm treated as a human being. I feel like they truly want to know how I'm doing. I walk into work many times by different leaders and management people that I don't normally work with, just asking how am I doing today? If you need anything, let me know. Such as today, I went to go pick up a holiday turkey from Universal. They give us turkeys. Disney doesn't do that. I mean, I love Universal. I'm so thankful I'm able to go work for Universal. I just, you know, I don't know if I can get into all the nooks and crannies of the different comparisons, but, you know, I got hurt at Universal, and my God, Universal was at my doorsteps making sure I was okay. Came to the hospital, calling, text, emails, paid for everything, and I'm just truly treated as a human being, like they care about me. Other than Disney, you are truly treated as a number because they know anybody will come work for Disney, you know? And, you know, that's just something I want a lot of people to know. Disney is awesome, but every Disney Universal has its pros and cons. But, you know, I love where I am right now and I love where I was, but, you know, I got a freaking turkey. a huge turkey to eat on Thanksgiving. I mean, it's awesome.
All right. Andy.
Yep.
As I call him, your brosband, your bro husband.
We are married, yes. We are.
How did you meet him? How did that all begin?
Yeah, so we met on the Disney College Program Facebook page. So before you come to the Disney College Program, there's Facebook pages where you can meet your friends or roommates. And I met him, he actually messaged me, hey, oh my goodness, you're coming, I want to be friends. And I'm like, why is this dude message? This is weird. And sure enough, the first week of coming down here, you know, here's Andrew all excited to see me. And we have just been, how you guys see us today is how we have always been before we turned on the camera. I mean, my God, we were married, we fight. We just had a huge fight. And we just made up 2 minutes later after the fight. And I mean, we take each other on dates. We go to movie dates, restaurants. We vlog now. I got him to vlogging, and you know, he's a huge part of Prince Charming Dev.
Andy, you're coming to the show.
You gotta come get an interview.
I just eventually.
Yes, you do. He's a huge part of my life, and now I get to live with him, and he's awesome. You know, the thing with me and Andy, we're two completely different people. Exactly opposite. The only thing I think we like is Disney and pizza. I think that's the only thing we have in common. Other than that, it's opposites. Like, for instance, Haley, me and Haley, completely different. We are opposite people. Me and Andrew are opposite, but I think that's what makes a relationship as good as you cannot be alike. And Andrew, you know, I get questioned, why are you friends with Andrew? He's such a great person, but we are nothing alike, and I think that's what makes the relationship the best relationship.
That's awesome. I mean, it's like I've watched the live streams especially. I remember a live stream. I don't remember how long ago it was. You guys were drinking, you were having a live stream in your apartment, and you got Andy to strip down to his boxers and run around outside.
I did.
I'm like, oh my God.
That was,
and Andy is such a good sport on everything. He is a, I mean, you and him have the most positive energy force I have ever seen.
We try.
So that is awesome.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I know he does too. It's great.
So you talked about Disney College Program was where you got into vlogging. What made you want to start vlogging? Was it other people? Or?
Absolutely. That's a multi-question. So I have always been a diary writer. I would write in diaries and just kind of document the highlights of my life. But there was a time where, you know, I want to actually see these things. And, you know, then I found YouTube, and, you know, I see people actually put this stuff online. I didn't know there was such thing as a vlogging, but, you know, I'd go and just see people just post random things on YouTube, and I thought that was cool. And then my Nana at the time, she surprises me to take me to Disney World, and I wasn't always a Disney person. I was a very late bloomer with Disney. I think the first time I came to Disney as a kid was the year 2000, but then I didn't come back until 2015. So she takes me here, but I want to also research because I don't know anything about Disney. So I go on YouTube, search Disney World, then I see all these different vlogs, and I'm like, whoa, this is cool. So I start watching vlogs, but I wasn't like fully ready to just try to vlog yet. And so we go on this vacation. I can't wait to go back. So I literally, a couple months later, I booked a vacation back here by myself just to come back to try to vlog. So that's, you know, I buy this cheap camera, I come here and I vlog, and it came out okay. I don't think I've ever posted, I may have posted it, but I think I deleted it. But they were horrible. But but it was still cool to me.
Note to self, look for old vlogs of Dev.
Old vlogs. And then I come back home and I'm like, dang, I want to do something else. And Tim's my good friend back home. And I'm like, Tim, let's go to Disney World. And at the time, that's when I find the Trackers and View from the Cheap Seats and Olaf and Olivia, Amy Puddles, and Disney College Program. And I find Disney videos. And then me and Tim go back, and these vlogs are actually on my channel. At the very start of it, I have these vlogs up with me and Tim. You know, we're vlogging. They came out okay. Not where I am today, but, you know, you have to start somewhere. And that's how I started. And then I applied for the Disney College Program on that flight back to Oklahoma from MCO, and a week later I found out I got into the Disney College Program, and then I went to my audition, my character audition, and got that, and then moved down here, and that's when I became a full-time YouTuber.
Very cool. During vlogging, what has been your best and worst experience?
Worst experience would be, there's been a lot of people who's came and gone in my vlogs, and those people have came into my life for the wrong reasons. One, to get viewers and subscribers, and you know, all that is cool. I get it, but at the same time, I've met a lot of good friends, you and Court. I could get into a whole list, but I've made a lot of relationships from doing YouTubes, but I also met a lot of people who's just used me, and I still struggle with this. And I think that's been my worst experience, and going on to, Disney giving me the ultimatum if I want to vlog or work for Disney, that's been a worse experience. But my best experience of really just meeting you guys, meeting friends, other YouTubers, but meeting people from all around the world who come up to me in my t-shirts, or I met people who's been crying because they meet me, and I've just came in to realize, like, I'm looked as to a celebrity in a lot of these people's eyes. I don't feel like it. I'm long from a celebrity, but these people think I'm a celebrity, and that's really, really cool to me, and that truly makes my heart smile. And meeting these little nuggets who come up to me and give me a hug and are saying it's nice to be nice. And I know a lot of teachers watch my videos who use that saying in their classrooms, and that's cool, man. It's awesome. I can't really describe the feeling, but it's awesome.
Now, you've got this far, 13,000 subscribers.
Just hit 1 million views.
Million views. I didn't know that. Yeah. That's awesome.
1 million people have watched my videos.
Around the world. Because I see in your live streams people going, hey, when you coming to England? Mm-hmm. Hey, when you coming here? Yeah. When you going here?
Absolutely.
How does that feel to know you're that far out there? You're everywhere. You're being viewed by people in other countries. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I can't describe it. There's been a lot of times off camera where I just sit at my desk or sit in my bed or lay in my bed, and I just kind of break down or cry a little bit, just because I never thought I would get to this point. I never thought I would get to 1,000 subscribers. I didn't even think people would watch my first video. And it's crazy to think people from England, people from Scotland, Australia, Italy, all over Brazil, all over the world, people watch my videos, watch my live streams. And I'm planning a trip to the UK when I go to Paris this next year, and so many people want me to come do a meet and greet. And it's, I've never been out of this country, and it's just mind-boggling that people want to meet me. And it's 13,000, it's crazy. It's crazy.
What is your future? What do you see for yourself and for your channel?
Well, the thing that I'm struggling with right now is I have Prince Charming Dev, which is mostly Disney, but all my theme park stuff go on that channel. Every now and then, I'll bring you guys home or on travels. But I'm also trying to create this Dev brand. And this Dev brand is me just go vlog whatever I want to do without worrying about views, subscribers, dislikes, likes. I don't care with that channel. And that's how it should be, but I'm pressured as to the Prince Charming Dev and what I put on Prince Charming Dev. Like this NASA video. People didn't like it. People want Disney, and that's what I'm struggling with. Is I get mean comments when I don't make Disney videos, and it sucks. But that is just the brand that Prince Charming Dev is Disney and Universal theme parks. And that's why I made this second channel, and I'm about to do a lot more of my time to bring to this channel. Basically, I can do what I want. I feel like that's every YouTuber should just do whatever they want. And I got the Prince Charming Dev clothing line coming out, which I'm so excited. I don't think anybody has a clue as to what I'm bringing. I don't want to go into detail, but we're gonna have our own website. We're gonna have sweatpants, hoodies, hats, underwear, socks. But it's not gonna be like every other brand. There's gonna be, I can't give you that much detail yet, but it's going to keep you very cool because it gets really hot here in Florida.
Yes.
So
he said sweatpants. I'm like,
yeah,
Florida?
Yeah. But the technology I'm bringing is going to actually keep you cool. And polos and it's cool. And then we're going to have different like attraction themed outfits like leggings and shirts, and that's going to be cool. And then I'm also working on this podcast, you know, taking notes from you. And I haven't really started on the podcast idea yet, but it's definitely coming in the future. And you know, there's always going to be Prince Charming Dev. There's always going to be Disney videos, but I see myself in the future just being a regular daily vlogger. And I say daily, not every day. I don't think I will ever be a daily vlogger, but daily as mean just taking you guys into my day-to-day Casey Neistat, you know, vlogs. And that's where I want it to be, because I'm not going to live here forever. I'm not going to be at Disney forever. So, you know, I know people are going to have to just come for the ride with me, and wherever we go, I don't know where we go. I don't know if we end up in California. I don't know if we end up in Canada, another country, back in Oklahoma. I don't know, but Prince Charming Dev will be around for a very, very, very long time, because we are just getting started.
Oh, you heard it. He's gonna check out the new channel. Yes. You've had it up for a while.
I had it up for a while.
You only have a few videos. I remember when you put it up. So. You showed off your new car on that.
New car, new house.
I remember that. Are you going to put the new townhouse on?
I'm going to put the new townhouse. I'm going to put today's video on it, and I'm just going to put a lot of more effort into this. I'm going to bring back the ghost hunting, which is going to be just for that channel. I just something I love.
When you're doing
yeah,
that?
you got to come with us. You got to come with us.
That Casadega video.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh man, it was.
Oh, that was fun.
It was fun. I like how it came out. You know, I got a lot of hate for it, but that's why.
Why did you get a?
Because I uploaded it on Prince Charming Dev channel, and you know, there's a lot of families and kids that watch Prince Charming Dev, so that's why.
You put a warning.
I did put a warning, you know, but that never.
Come on. I think Justin Scard.
I know.
This may not make it to this video. Justin Scard does his every year Halloween thing over at Not Scary Farm and all that, and he puts a thing up. And you know it's going to be scary.
Well, with Halloween Horror Nights, I always put a viewer's discretion in, but you know,
and that should be enough to figure out, hey, there's some scary stuff in this.
You know, people are entitled, and you know, that's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because I know when I watched my favorite YouTubers before I was this, you know, had my own little thing to run, you know, I would be upset too if they didn't go to Disney or do this or would do something I didn't like. You know, I understand where people come from, but actually being, you know, the content creator, being in the driver's wheel, it's a whole different game.
Well, thank you very much, Dev.
Of course, thank you for having me.
And
it was fun.
You guys are about to see him do something else in a few minutes.
Oh no.
Check out the next episode on this. It's the challenge part of this.
Oh, that's
so go to YouTube. I'll put the link right here over my face.
Over there somewhere.
And you'll see him try some very strange things here in a minute.
Yes.